This video is brought to you by my patrons and by viewers like you. Greetings, groovy people. Welcome to Blue Dragon Art, and welcome to 2025. I like to start the year off by first taking a look back at my art-related accomplishments from the previous year, and then setting up some goals that I want to strive towards in the current year. So that's how we're going to begin 2025. But first, a little bit of an explanation for anyone who's new, and maybe a recap for those of you who have seen these videos before. Why do I do this? So, a lot can happen in a whole year. That's like 364 days in a year. And while it's important to live some of our life in the present day, I'm very much a be here now person, but I also think that it's important that we look back to the past as well as the future. A problem that I often face when working towards my goal is that I'm being too much in the micro of what I'm doing. That's to say that I am hyper focusing on what I'm currently trying to finish, and in doing so, I can kind of lose sight of the bigger picture. I forget what I've gotten done within the year. Like, I had to go back and rewatch my mid-year review as well as my video from the beginning of last year, just to kind of conceptualize what all I had planned to do and what I actually got done. And then I had to sit down and think about what I finished in between the midterm and present day, the time of recording. So it can feel sometimes when I'm only focusing on a project that I'm currently working on, it can really feel like I'm getting nowhere, that my wheels are just spinning, and that I'm not getting a lot done because I'm not seeing all that I've accomplished, or I'm not thinking about or remembering what point in time I got said thing done. I mean, hell, I forget like the previous part of the year. So these reviews really help me look back and see that I've actually done a lot more than it feels like I have. Another reason that I like to do this is because it forces me to stop and plan what I want to work on and try to accomplish that in the coming year. I am one of these people that I get really wrapped up in what I'm working on, and it's always good to sometimes take a step back and, as things have gotten disorganized throughout the year, reset things for the current year. Yeah, I often get bogged down in projects, and I start to lose track of what I need to get done because the schedule just shifts, you know. Things happen, life happens. So creating and organizing my list of to-dos, or rather updating the list by this point, it really helps me reset the clock, focus on what I need to get done, and it also motivates me. In that vein, a third reason that I like to do these videos is to remind myself, but since this is like on a public forum, it's also to motivate you and try to help uplift others. And I know that sounds like really cheesy, but the point is that I like to demonstrate that this is doable. It is possible for you to work on your goals, and even if you don't get everything done in a year, which we'll see, I do not get all my goals done within a year, that you've taken a step forward. Maybe you've only taken a couple steps forward in your art progress. It's better than nothing. You know, any progress is still progress, so long as you're being true to yourself and not beating yourself up and just trying to accomplish something so that you can enjoy what you're working on. What I do not use these videos for, I do not do this to shame myself about what I don't get completed. These aren't reflections on what I failed to complete, and they aren't videos that are meant to make me feel shitty that I've quote-unquote only done this, that, or the other. I don't think that making myself feel like a piece of shit is particularly productive. Not saying that I never do that. Of course, I'm human. I have negative thoughts about myself all the time, but you can't let yourself get consumed in that. And by reflecting and learning from what I've done in the past, I can kind of take a new perspective on things. So what I'm saying is reflecting and learning for growth is one thing, you know, being constructively critical of yourself. but allowing unbridled self-loathing over incomplete projects does nothing to aid in progressing my art goals and projects. All it does is make me feel like shit, which in turn makes me not feel like working on things, because then you, or at least me, I can spiral into like negativity. So that's not what these videos are about. These aren't meant to be videos that make me look back at what I failed to complete, but rather to act as a touchstone to remind me of my larger goals and to keep me on track to eventually attaining those goals. And in that spirit, let's go ahead and review what I got completed in 2024. Every year, I set down goals in 4 categories. Those 4 categories are 1, Dark Horse goals. Dark Horse, for those of you who are not familiar, is my lifelong comic project. It's free to read, it's not safe for work, it's a post-apocalyptic magical girl fantasy. You can read it by following the link that's down in the description, but it is for mature audiences. The second category that I list goals for are my community goals, because community is something that is very important to me, so much so that I've created this section to make sure that I'm not becoming a recluse and that I'm still interacting with other people in the community, because it's very alluring to just kind of pull into oneself and just kind of live in one's own world. But I think it's very important that we don't do that, no matter how tempting it might be. That's all I'll say about that. The third category is art goals. That's pretty self-explanatory. It's kind of like a catch-all. It's ongoing things that I want to improve, or other projects that aren't Dark Horse related that I don't feel like making a category for. They kind of fall into like the art related goals. And then the fourth category are my video goals, which every year the goals get smaller and smaller because I don't want to drain the fun out of this. And I think you can tell when people are getting kind of tired and jaded. So we will see that my video goals, the responsibilities have kind of shrunk from like back when I first started working on these annual resolution videos. So the following were my Dark Horse related goals for 2024. First off was to finish scripting Dark Horse. Second was to edit and copyright Acts 4 and 5 of the comic. Third was build a 1 to 1.5 year buffer of comic pages. 4 was to script the prelude. 5 was the Dark Horse fashion zine. 6 was to create 1 or more Dark Horse one-shots. And 7 is the final one, advertise my comic. So out of 7 goals, I actually completed 4 of them, which I consider to be a monumental success. Did I get everything completed? No, but I sure as shit got a lot done. I knew that I wouldn't finish scripting Dark Horse, and I've mentioned this in all of my past videos, so I won't belabor it, but I put it on there specifically because I know that it's something I'm not going to finish in the year. At least not at this point in time. It maybe will be within grasp at some point, but not at the moment. But I put this here to get my attitude in the right place, that I'm not going to beat myself up if I don't get all these goals achieved, and I'm going to do so by putting something that I know is unachievable within a year on the list. So yeah, I knew I wasn't going to do that. Now, I also didn't finish Act 4 or 5 editing and getting the copyrights for those, and part of that is because I'm kind of shifting my goal with that, as with the prelude, which I'll talk about in a moment, I've kind of decided that there's not much of a point in me getting copyrights for each of these acts if my end game is to get a 1-volume tankobon, which is like several acts in a manga style volume, but it will read from left to right since that's my native language. Just kind of a side note. So I did not complete those goals. I wasn't going to anyway, but as the more I thought about it, I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna really strive towards this because I'm kind of shifting gears at this point. I also didn't build that ever elusive buffer. I never do. I fucking want that buffer, but I clearly haven't wanted it enough to actually obtain it. So I think what I need to do is I need to make a plan if I want to do this. I'm not going to talk about that in this video. Maybe I'll do that in 2025. Maybe I'll have a video talking about it. I don't know. We'll see. But I didn't get that complete, even though I really want a buffer so that I can lay back and not be as stressed with my upload schedule. And it's not even a hard upload schedule. It's like 1 page a fucking week. Anyway, do you know what I did get completed? I not only scripted the Dark Horse Prelude, but I also sketched, inked, screen toned, and published it. I uploaded it on my website and in a couple other places. So I not only achieved the bare minimum, but I went above and beyond for that. Now, it was only 3 pages, but shut up, it counts, you guys. Shut up, it counts. You can read it on my main website right now. The link, as I mentioned earlier, is down in the description. You know what else I finished? I finished a 52 fucking full color page Dark Horse fashion zine. Kana. I finished that. It's fucking 50. Oh my god, you guys. That was so much work, but I got it done. And I think it turned out pretty well. I got it printed too, and I gotta give props to Azifree. Thank you so much for editing that for me. I did make some changes afterwards that were my bad. But yeah, she looked through it, as did my partner, so thank them for helping that become a completed project. If you want to buy that, you can get a PDF or a hard copy. The links for that are in the description, also to my shop. What else did I get done? What? I created at least one Dark Horse one-shot, and I also advertised my comic regularly on top webcomics. And I guess if you consider this channel an advertisement, yeah. Instagram and social media advertised it on too. So I feel pretty good about everything that I got done regarding my primary webcomic. In 2024, I had community goals. Those are as follows. 1. Complete 2 to 3 community projects. 2. Promote other indie comics and support other indie comics and projects. 3. Be more social on Discord and the forums that I'm a part of. 4. Promote Comic Fury Zine, which is a free zine publication. I'm not going to talk about that in detail, but it is free to read. You can check out the website down in the description. And 5. Make tutorials for the Comic Fury Zine to submit and participate in the zine. Of those 5 goals, I completed, to my satisfaction, 4 of them. The community projects, holy shit, I participated in quite a few. With the help of the other members of Comic Fury Zine, we completed 3 issues of the zine. We made up for the one that we didn't publish last fall, so we had 3 of them for the 5-year anniversary. It's fucking hardcore, but got done. Oh my god. Holy shit, you guys. It was amazing. It's an amazing undertaking. I'm so proud, and I'm never doing 3 fucking zines in a year again without more help. Because I can't just, there's only 3 of us on the team. Well, there's 4 of us on the team, counting myself. And it's a lot of work. Okay, that's all I'm going to say about that. What else did I get done with community projects? I participated in TCAF with Aradia Magical Girl Collective. I did VDSD 2024. I've been doing that for 5 fucking years, and I'm going to keep doing it. I forgot about VDSD. That's why it was great reviewing this. I participated in the Words and Pictures Comic Jam, both this year and last year. I did a single image for the 10-year Comic Fury crossover anniversary video that was put together by, I think they went by S. Serpentine. I think that's who did it. I can't remember what their handle is. I can't remember if they changed the handle. I know that they changed the name of their comic, but anyway, I digress. I had participated in quite a few crossovers over the years. I haven't really done them recently, but since I had participated in the past, I was eligible to at least submit a drawing for their video. So I sent in this one of Rena. And I also did a Secret Santa for a Discord group of other indie comickers and writers and stuff that I'm a part of. So yeah, I got quite a few community projects done, and I'm very proud of that work. I really like to do it. I know that I get super busy, especially around the holidays, but I make it a point to do those because it just feels good to create art for other people. It's great to make art for myself. That's the primary thing that I do. But it also feels good to get yourself some practice and to take on suggestions and assigned artworks that other people will enjoy. I don't like to make that like my primary thing because it's all about me and I want to make my comic, but it is also important to like make art for other people. Duh. I don't need to go into details about that. Y'all know that I like making art for other people. Yeah, what else? I certainly did promote and support a lot of indie comics and projects. Oh my gosh, we've created a budget for this, you guys. I'm not going to list every single comic that I bought or every single Kickstarter that I supported. I will be doing videos on some of the things that I supported and am going to be receiving in 2025. I bought it this year, but I haven't received them yet. They are completed projects. I'm super psyched about those, but that's for next year. You don't need to see, I don't need to place all my fucking quote-unquote good deeds before, man. But I did support quite a few Kickstarters, a couple indie films and shows. I've also tried my best to retweet or share photos of comics on my social media. I'm no longer on Twitter because I absolutely detest Elon Musk. He's a fucking shitty person. He's a piece of shit, and I don't believe in supporting fascists even by hanging out there on the platform that he bought and somehow managed to make worse than it was before. So that's saying something. So yeah, I started doing more promotion over on Blue Sky now. It took me a while to get over there, but I'm there now. I'm slow, you guys. I'm also still on Instagram, but I'm a little weary about that because of their AI bullshit, so I don't want to, share other people's artwork there if it's just gonna get nommed up by their shitty AI-generated bullshit. Because it's not mine. It's not mine to give to a generator. You know what I'm saying? I do also try to find other ways that I can support my fellow small press folks, because I'm not really happy with, what popular media is creating right now, and I don't think doing the same thing by giving these people money and expecting a different result is going to get me anything that I enjoy, any entertainment that I enjoy. So I instead, in more recent years, have been focusing on being the change that I want to see and stop rewarding basic shit, bad shit that I don't enjoy, and instead support independent artists that, yeah, maybe they aren't professional level, maybe they're not on par with some major studios or comic companies, but they're pouring their hearts and souls into their work, and they're doing it quite often having a full-time job, and they're still getting it done. I think that needs to be rewarded, because to me, that's more meaningful than Disney making a shitty anniversary film that has AI crap in it. Oh my god, I just fucking... What is the... It's... We used to really be proud of the artwork and the craft that human beings created, and now it's just whatever shit you can crap out of a generator. It's not art. It's just ugly shit. Okay, anyway, I'm digressing. Yes, I promoted Comic Fury Zine. I do that in my videos. I also promote it in other locations on my social medias. No, I did not make any tutorials for Comic Fury Zine, though, because we're getting ready to change the process, and in 2025, I need to work on the new process videos, so I decided not to work on that because we're changing shit up. Also, I was too fucking busy with three zines that we had to get out, so... That leads me to my 2024 general art goals. Number 1, finish my one-shot comic Kool Whirled and update its name from Christina Kool to Kool Whirled. Number 2, improve backgrounds and ink techniques. Number 3, work on pacing and composition. And number 4, make sure you are participating in continued education. Most of these goals are a little hard to qualify, like the middle 2 goals specifically, but I can say that I did change Kool Whirled's name on Comic Fury. I need to update the first picture still, but I've just been lazy about writing out the new name. I need to do that. I did not complete Kool Whirled, but I am 19 pages into what's going to be approximately 35 pages or so. And so, yeah, I mean, I didn't finish it, but I've got a pretty good lead into the story. I I think, improved on my inking skills. I can definitely get through inking some pages and some pieces without really making any mistakes or making fewer mistakes. So that actually, to me, that's like an indicator that I have made some type of improvement. But this is not like the type of goal that really has an ending point, right? It's an ongoing process. The same thing can apply to working on pacing and composition. Some improvement is definitely evident, but I still have much more to learn. As for continued education, yeah, I'm like constantly pushing myself to read and process and learn from video instructions and from books. I've done a few videos talking about some of the resources that I'm reading. I won't really list them again in this video, but I'll probably talk about them later once I complete those books and complete my practice, at least with those specific books. That brings us to my video goals, the shortest list of them all. Number 1, improve editing. Number 2, make my video intro. Number 3, organize my list of topics. And 4, do not stress. And I will go through this quickly. 1, I don't know if I'll ever get good at editing. I try, but I don't think I'm great at it, and I don't think I ever will be. I will just do the best I can, and I hope that it is presentable for you all out there. Number 2, nope, I did not get that introduction done. No, I didn't even work on it. Oh well, I can't beat myself up too much because it's been a busy year. 3, yeah, actually, I did organize my list of topics after shaming myself. After saying that none of these videos are to shame myself. I did shame myself mentally after the midterm. And I finally picked up my damn desk and cleaned everything up and I made that list. And then I lost where I fucking put the list. So I don't know where my list is, but I at least cleaned up the fucking post-it note mess. It's been replaced with a smaller stack of post-it notes that are not video topic related. As for number 4, oh hell yeah, I didn't fucking stress about these videos. I mean, like, I stress a little bit about them, obviously, because anything you care about, you're gonna stress, you're gonna stress about. But, I've just had, I've even just pulled out the stops, as you've noticed, and I'm not doing like a weekly video, because what's the point in making something that you're just rushed to do, and you don't enjoy it, and you're just doing it to output crap? No, I want to make sure that I'm having fun and having time to edit the videos and stuff. So yeah, I have not been stressing about the videos. I hope that they've been entertaining and better than some of my older videos. I don't know. That's for you all to decide. Yeah, overall though, I'm pleased as punch with my progress over all my categories. I'm really happy that I've gotten so much done. It's really only by stopping and looking back that really enables me to appreciate the work that I've completed, and to stop being too hard on myself when I say, look at my comic Dark Horse, and realize I only completed one 37-page act this entire year. I've gotten like 2 acts done before in previous years. But yeah, of course I didn't get more than 1 act done, because I was working on a ton of other fucking projects that I would have ignored if I didn't sit my fucking ass down and talk to myself, and give myself a rocky pep talk and say, look, you're not doing shit. You're doing fine. It's by doing this that I can reframe my perspective and see that, holy crap, I got an entire act completed in spite of the other shit that I was doing. In spite of it. So yeah, is that a bit of a mindfuck? You're damn right it is. Does it work for me? Fuck yeah. The point is to keep myself on track, and on track in, I don't want to say a healthy manner, but as healthy of a manner as possible. I think my partner would think that I'm bullshitting right now and saying that I'm not as stressed as I have been, but I mean, I guess it comes and goes, doesn't it? It depends on what a project is due. But I try to be as healthy as I possibly can, but also honest with y'all. I'm not always nice to myself. But yeah, I can report, at least from my personal perspective, that I can be happy about what I've gotten done. Now, before we move on to my 2025 goals, I like to review how many videos that I've published in a year, which, as I've made evident, isn't necessarily as important as it has been to me in previous years. I also like to just spout off what books that I read, what books that I finished. I'm actually in the middle of a couple different books right now, so it takes me a while to finish things because I don't know. I don't think I have ADD. My mom specifically took me into the doctor when I was a kid to see if I had ADD. And he said, no, I'm just a hyperactive kid. So I don't think that I actually do have adult ADD, but I do like to have like 2 or 3 different books going at once, as well as 2 or 3 different projects at once. I think because I like to kind of switch things up and take a break. I think of it as like a break whenever I switch from one thing to another. I think that's more like the perspective that I'm coming to it at, but what the fuck do I know? I'm not a doctor. I mean, I guess I know myself, but I might not. Anyway, I'll talk about the books that I read, but first, I published 46 videos this year, 4 of which were Friday night videos, 42 of which were Wednesday videos, and or little advertisements. I had like maybe 1 or 2 advertisements that I think I accidentally counted, but I'm not going back and recounting it because I don't care. It's for me, right? You guys don't care how many videos I did. Okay, the books that I read this year. I got my handy dandy Legolas notebook from like 2015. I don't fucking know. No, it's actually older than that, I think. 2004. Holy shit. That's right. Okay, anyway. This is a combination of graphic novels, comics, tankobon, things of that nature, as well as full out written novels that have no pictures in them. So first up is Blue is the Warmest Color by, I think they go by Jewel Moreau now. I had an old copy, so I don't want to say their old name. I read Wow, No Thank You by Samantha Irby. That was really fucking funny. Delicious in Dungeon Volumes 1 through 3. Minu by S.K. Ira. That was a great fucking book. I've done videos on some of these books and comics. That was an actual fantasy novel. Stages of Rot by Lene Sturt, or Sturte? Vitalism Volume 1 and 2 by Nikki Moore. Meaty by Sam Irby. That one was a little more traumatic for me because of some stuff that I'm not going to talk about that she focused on a lot in that book, which was fine. It was her right to do that. But it did make me a little uncomfortable, but parts of it were very funny. That was her first book. I think Wow No Thank You was a little more entertaining for me, personally. I also read Yayoi Kusama, which was by Tatehata, Hauptmann, Coulterman, and Taft. God, it was a big fucking art book, so yeah, that one had a lot of authors to it. Blue Highways by William Least Heat Moon. That's all I've got read this year. Wow, I think I read a lot more books last year, but it's been a busy year, so I'm not gonna beat myself up for it. Okay, now, enough of this living in the past. It's time to look towards the future, bitches. This part of the video is going to be a lot faster, I promise. My 2025 goals. Now that you know the categories are Dark Horse, community goals, art goals, and video goals, let's jump right into it. My Dark Horse goals for 2025 are to finish drafting the script of Dark Horse, to complete a 1 to 1.5 year buffer, to complete Act 14 and publish it on my website and my mirrors, to create an 80 subscriber special for Comic Fury. That's just a Comic Fury thing that we used to do back in the day, and some of us still do it now. I'm a little behind. I've actually got 85 subscribers over there, so I'm always a little behind, alright? Dark Horse Fashion Zine Reina. I want to get started on that and maybe get done, hopefully get done. 1 Dark Horse one-shot, and make progress on Volume 1. My community goals for 2025: complete 2 to 3 community projects, promote indie comics and projects, participate in my social groups online and in person, also to promote Comic Fury Zine, and to update the guidelines and submission process for Comic Fury Zine in my tutorial video series, which is not like published, it's just I just share it. I use this channel because I don't want to start another channel for Comic Theory Zine. But it's not something that'll be published that y'all will see. You'll have to, it's going to be unlisted, so. Art goals for 2025. Continued education. Oh my gosh. I'm part of a perspective class right now, a Proco class. I have also signed up for an in-person community college class just for, student at large. So yeah, definitely trying to get my ass in there and get better at my fucking craft, y'all. Continue working on my ink composition and pacing as well as backgrounds. I've lumped that all into one goal. Faster flatting. For my paid gig, holy shit, I want to be faster at that. I want to be faster and better and stronger and whatever else is listed. What is that, the $1 Million Man? What the fuck show was that? I'm saying the wrong thing. Anyway, video goals. Oh no, wait, also for art goals, participate in 1 or 2 markets, like in-person markets. Or online, I guess. I don't care. Doesn't matter. Video goals. Be true to my interests. Try to edit well, or at the very least in an interesting way. Good luck with that, Blue. Work on my intro video. And, of course, do not stress. So that's it for this year in review and projected plans for the year of 2025. I hope that this will inspire y'all out there to meet yourself where you are and give yourself a little gentle motivational push, but to not be too hard on yourself if you've gotten behind in your own art goals. Look, I very clearly, as I just fucking took over half an hour to say, I very clearly didn't get all of my goals done that I wanted to get completed. I'm behind. I'm really fucking behind where I want to be in my comic. But I'm going to be kind to myself, and I know that I'm making progress. Any step forward is a step forward. And come hell or high water, I will keep working on myself, on my projects, on my overarching goals. And if this video does anything, I just want to kind of share and impart with you that if a stoner fucking hippie can manage to dig some stuff out of the garbage heap of her mind, her disorganized fucking trash pile of a mind, you certainly can too. Again, I reiterate, slow progress is progress. And with that, I will talk to you all, or I'll see y'all, or I won't see you, but you'll see me, or my hands, or something, on January 22nd of this year. Not sure what the topic is yet, so it'll be a surprise, because if you couldn't tell, I'm fucking disorganized. Okay, peace and love. Fare you well, keep on trucking, and Happy New Year, everybody.